Yes. What's going on, America? As you hear in the background, that's my lovely girlfriend back there. Uh, she's about to get herself something to eat there, and I will be soon here. As you can see those nice little flowers I got her. Not too shabby for a ride share driver. Now, anyways, the reason why I'm here today is because the reason why I want to make this video today is because I wanted to talk about an incident that just happened. I had a few incidents that happened with actual customers or passengers. And I will say this, I have never ever had an incident with a Lyft passenger. Usually they do what they gotta do, and that's the end of that. You really don't have too many problems. So this last issue was pretty disturbing because what it does for me is it puts in perspective that we are living in America, and America it's not in good hands right now. So with that being said, I think people are getting hellified bold, and they just don't care no more. It's just like no respect for the person that's getting you from where you are to home safely. There's no respect for that person anymore. I think Uber has done a horrific job in keeping and maintaining the ignorance level that we have out there. That's getting in these cars. I mean, I know that Uber is not responsible for educating the entire world on how to be, on etiquette, but these passengers that we have with Uber are just uncouth. These people, I don't know where they're from. Like, it's like a whole different class of people when you talking about Lyft passengers and Uber passengers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe these two because they're pretty much the same to me. But the etiquette is just different. Like, I never had an issue with a Lyft passenger. So now I have here my phone, and I'm gonna read basically what I sent to Uber, and I have two different messages that I wrote to Uber, and I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit of these topics here. That way we can kind of get to the meaty part. I just basically said that the writer used inappropriate and abusive language. He also used his middle finger and called me the N-word. And this is why I was not able to complete the trip. And I go on to say I believe this rider should lose access to Uber. I won't say the passenger's name, but I will say this: he's an asshole. Okay. With that being said, they wrote back to me. Basically, they're patenting robotic email that they always send back. I always send like multiple messages to them because I found out that when you send multiple messages, two different people will get it. And what you'll find out is that they'll both basically send you the same kind of message. You'll be like, hold on, how y'all get the same message? But because they're sending you a template, that's why. So that way if they really reading what you're talking about and they really answering your question. But this one, I will say this: they didn't send me a template or something like that. They actually kind of like, I think the first paragraph was a template. Then it actually got into my problem. So I'm gonna read it off the first one, and this is just one of two messages that I got from Uber this morning. It basically says, "Thank you for letting us know about this, Javon. We are extremely sorry to hear what you reported to us. This is definitely not the experience we want anyone to have while using the Uber platform." Okay. Blah, blah, blah. We are deeply committed to safety of riders. Is what they always make sure they put the rider first, which I think that's not how we should be doing this right now. Obviously, the driver is the problem, the person who's having the issue with the rider. So I think it should be flipped around. It should be Uber is deeply committed to the safety of the driver first. Drivers first, man. You know what I mean? We the ones to get out there and bust our ass to get these people from A to B. I understand that these people are writing the checks basically. But at the end of the day, it don't matter if you got customers but no drivers. You know, if everybody just stop doing if everybody just stopped doing Uber for an entire day and just only did Lyft, Uber would be sitting there crying. Cause that'd be money, billions of dollars they would lose in that day. Okay, so they need to get this together. Okay, the riders, they're second to the drivers. It's that simple. Blah blah blah. Just get to the meaty part. They just basically say, rest assured, you'll never receive a trip from this asshole again. Of course, they didn't say asshole, but that's what I'm saying because he was an asshole. Okay. So, did they? And they always put at the bottom. I like it. Did you answer my question? Let's see. Did they answer my question here? Let me see. Not on here. They really didn't solve my problem here. Cause I asked them to. I wanted this rider to lose access to Uber. I don't think that the next driver that get this asshole should be dealing with that. I shouldn't have to deal with it. I shouldn't be called the N-word. Like, why? You know? Like, if I wasn't doing Uber, I would have kicked his ass royally. But I don't want to go to jail. And obviously, this dude was tempting me because he wasn't, like, trying to really do nothing for real. All he wanted to do was see what I was going to do. So he was trying to bait me. I didn't take the bait, though. Because I knew what it was when he stuck his chin out there like, go ahead and take a shot type shit. Like, come on. You got to be smart, people, because, you know, these people out here that's what they're doing right now. They're really like trying to bait drivers into doing stuff. This is pretty much what happened even with the RTA drivers, bus drivers in Cleveland. Like after that one incident happened, you know, you had multiple incidents with people just basically just baiting the drivers. And the drivers are so afraid to lose their jobs that they had to put up with shit. Okay? Just put up with this crap. So as drivers in this community that's doing this, we need to stand up and we need to do something about it because, you know, I feel like if we don't do nothing, Uber's not going to do anything to help us for sure. We already know that Uber's rule is it's always about the rider. It's always rider first with them. And I can tell you right now, if this was Lyft, they would say driver first because they are well known to be driver friendly because they know that the driver is what drives the business literally. Without the driver, it doesn't matter how many customers you got because the driver stop driving, the passengers can't go nowhere. So the money don't come in regardless. I feel like getting the passengers to come on board is easy. It's keeping the drivers happy because they don't have to do this. A lot of drivers that do this are part-time, they work other jobs, so they don't need to do this. They could just stop. And all the full-time drivers could just be like, you know what? I can go get me a job, or I could just go work for one rideshare company and not even touch the other app. I mean, they just, you know, that's what can happen. So Uber, get it together because if y'all don't understand that the rider is second to the driver, that's an issue. Okay, so for this, did you solve my problem? No. Problem not solved. Okay? Problem not solved. Then they say, sorry to hear that. What else can you help me with? I would like for this dude to be kicked off the Uber platform. That's what I said the first time. And that's what I meant. He shouldn't be here. Now, let's go to my next one. This one I thought was a little bit better. I think that wasn't it here. Let's see. Okay. So, pretty much with this one, I was basically just kind of, this was pretty much right after the incident, so I was kind of frustrated. So, this one had basically all of my frustrations in it. I basically said I'm a full-time driver with Uber, but after this last situation with this rider by the name of such and such, won't say the name, I'm considering leaving the business altogether. The rider got mad at me for not calling them when I was right in front of them the entire time. The rider got into my vehicle and started yelling at me, so I told them they had to get out. Because like I told you before, maybe I didn't say it on here, but I know I told a lot of people, I'm going to tell you like this. If they get in the car off top and start going in on you for whatever reason, the trip is over. Because if they doing that now, it doesn't, like, why would you want to drive with somebody sitting behind you or on your side and they already hate your guts? Just remember, like, if you feel uncomfortable or you feel unsafe, you don't have to take them anywhere, okay? And don't take them anywhere, because I don't know where he was going, but I never started the trip to find out, okay? I simply said, hey, listen, are we going to have a problem? And in my head, I already kicked him out the car, because I know as soon as I tell him that, you got to kick him out. I said, are we going to have a problem? Of course, he comes back. He says, no, we're not going to have a problem. But he's saying it with an attitude. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to have a problem. I say, you know what, sir? You can go ahead and just get up out of my car. Thank you. Now, what he does next, and then after that, is really what made me upset. Now, can't just leave and be done with it. No, he got to slam the hell out of my door. You can break my windshield. You can break my window like that. You know what I'm saying? But these people don't care about your car. You got to understand that these people don't care about your car. They never did. They never will. They just don't care. Okay? So he slammed the hell out of my door. Okay, I didn't get mad about that. I let that slide. That, to me, that's a biggie, right? Then, I'm about to pull off. You know what I'm saying? And pull to the side and still send my report to Uber one way or another, because I had to kick somebody out. So, you always want to cover your backside. So that's what you need to do. So anyway, he hits the back of the trunk of the car. So that pisses me off. Now, if this ever happens to you people, the best thing to do is to pull off and then, basically check out the damages that may have occurred later. Get away from that person. That way you don't have a confrontation with that person. Okay? That is the right way to do this, no doubt. But I did get out the car, and my intentions was to just basically look and see what damages were done to my car. Now, when I did that, he had already walked away, you know what I'm saying? But then he came back, got into my face, talking all reckless and crazy. And I'm like, bro, man, you need to get out of my face, for real. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What part? Where you from? Where you from? This dude talking to me like he the hardest dude in Cleveland, and he can't be. I can't even say his name, but the dude's name is so feminine. It's no way he was the hardest dude in Cleveland. It's just no way. So, he thought I was from Puerto Rico because my number was the number that he called me, from or whatever, was a Puerto Rico number. That's an Uber number. That ain't my real phone number. He's an idiot. He think that's my number. Oh my God, this is crazy. So, I'm like, okay, man. In my head, I'm thinking, I just need to get out. I just need to. It's no damages. Let me just get in the car. I'm headed back to my car. This dude is following me the entire time, talking shit, talking crazy, reckless, asking me what part of Cleveland I'm from. I'm like, the part of Cleveland you from? How about that? I gets in the car, and then in the rear view mirror, I see him in the mirror like this. He called me the N-word. He said I was ghetto. I mean, I take a lot of offense to that, because nowadays, a lot of white people, they use the word ghetto to call you N-word anyway. But then he did say the N-word. So it's kind of like a double smack, you know what I'm saying? So when he did that, I really wanted to put it in reverse and just run his ass over, because I could have at that point. He was right behind my car, but I didn't. I mean, I actually let him clear the back of my car so that I wouldn't make no mistakes, Then I took off very calmly and just rode off and went around the corner, and I didn't even make a report right away because I was so mad. I had to go to I was basically down in Tremont area, which is like 5 minutes away from downtown Cleveland. So I just basically went downtown Cleveland, and then that's when I actually made the report there. But you ever get into situations, the best thing is just to get away. That's one of the parts that I didn't really do well. I kind of I wanted to see what happened. I wasn't trying to, make the situation worse, but I just wanted to know, did he damage my hood in my trunk? Because he hit it really hard, But, so I got this message from Uber, and I told him what happened, basically everything I told you. Now, this is what they basically say that they would do, right? Because this is what I want to know. What are you going to do, Uber? Okay? You send this email telling every driver and so-called every rider that you're going to be hard-pressed on these people now. And I have personally asked riders, have they gotten that email from the Rideshare?
All right. About to get out here in this Joker.
Oops.
Stop by Verizon, see if I can't get me a cable that will...
One of my friends right there, one of my friends that drive. So anyway, I have personally... he gonna keep talking. Let me just get him out of here. Hold on 1 second, people. I know him. He will not stop. He will not stop. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah. So, I basically want to know what Uber want to do. What they gonna do. So, they send that email around to every, rider, so-called rider and driver. Every driver knows about it. But I asked the riders, about it, and no rider knows anything about this so-called, these rules that will be in place, that will be handled, so strictly now. They don't know. I'm telling you, these riders don't know. So whatever letter that we got, it seemed like it was just to the drivers. So we all know where we stand, but the riders do not. Okay, so for all I know is the riders can still do what they want. And they probably will. Okay. It's a lot of issues with Uber right now as far as the rider and driver relationship. Like, there's never going to be a great relationship with the drivers and the riders until they fix that. Number one, most riders can give two shits about their rating. Drivers always care about their ratings because that means no more earning if they hit a certain mark. 4.6, you're done. We know that. Why am I getting requests from riders that's 4.3, 4.4? Why is that possible? How is that possible? They should have been going a long time ago. But see, it's a tricky situation because it's easy to get rid of a driver and add on to that driver. But you don't want to lose your customer base because when you lose one customer, you can lose multiple customers because one customer is going to tell 7 other people how bad the service is. opposed to having a great day, having great service. You're only gonna tell one person. That's a retail rule. So that's why it's tricky for Uber to make that decision because of what we in. But I still think it's a way that they can do it without making that like a big time effect to the business itself. They need to change the business model itself. Like, there's no way that a passenger should be able to get in the car and act like this. Okay? So, with that being said, Uber says that, thank you for reporting. No, okay, that's not what I'm. Okay, yeah, thank you for reporting this, Javon. We're sorry to hear about your experience you described with the rider. We are committed to a safe and respectable and comfortable experience for everyone on the Uber platform. As such, you and this rider will not be matching for any trips in the future, and we will also be re-evaluating this rider's access to the Uber platform, which is what I wanted to fucking hear. So, did that help me? Yes, it did help me. But does it guarantee me they're going to do anything? No. Does not guarantee they're going to do shit. For all I know, they'll be asking me multiple questions next week about this. And I could be, basically offline for 3 or 4 days until they investigate. Because that's what they do. They investigate, but then you lose money as the driver because they need to investigate and they need to take you offline. You can't even see me. I'm so black. Get over here with some light at. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, it's Christmas time, so I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna be all right. I'm going on vacation with my woman over there that's making some food right here. Yeah.
Don't show me.
I ain't showing you, Carolyn. I'm just saying. No one sees you. You see how they go? See how they act, America? Anyway, with that being said, this is your boy Prime. And like I told you before, if you do the crime, you know what you gotta do. You gotta do the time, man. And I'm out, man.